Hi, we're the Harding family. We work on the continent of Africa. We work in one of the 54 countries. The one we work in is called Kenya. The place we work at is a little village in the northern part of Kenya called Dukana. Just like the United States has different places, Kenya has two main regions. The south of Kenya has big cities and cooler green countryside. Where we work in the north of Kenya, it's much drier and hotter, and there are less people. The town of Dukana is home to the Gabra people, a tribe of nomadic people that have to move in order to find grazing for their camels and their goats. These people are so strong and clever, they have learned how to survive even in the desert. The women there are responsible for the houses. First, they take the house apart, then they'll load them onto a camel. After the camel takes them to the new spot, they'll take it off the camel and rebuild their houses at the end of the journey. Living in the desert means that the water is something that the people need to survive. Getting the water can be very difficult, using a hand-dug well and having to pass the water up bucket by bucket to give water to lots of animals and people. The nice thing is, we are not doing the work alone. Another missionary family called the Andersons started the church in Dukana, and some amazing Kenyan Christian men are working hard as well to let the people know about the great news of Jesus Christ. In the beginning, the people asked for a deep well to be made with machines that wouldn't dry out during the drought times. After the Andersons helped put in a well, they were invited to come live in Dukana. When the elders of the town were willing to give them a small piece of land for a church, the Andersons moved in and started the church, a small garage, and eventually a radio station. Because water is so scarce, neighboring villages have been asking for deep solar wells also. This allows the people to stay longer in a place before having to move their herds on. The wells require a special machine to dig and bore down, and then special pumps and special solar panels in order to work. But it's a great way to show the love of Jesus to these amazing people. The wells are a free gift to the villages, and no response is required. But some of the people in each village have asked for a Bible study each week to learn more about God. People are willing to meet under a tree to hear the teaching from the Bible. One village just asked that a church be started there. This makes our hearts so happy. The church in Dukana might look a little different than your church, and the preaching and singing is in a different language, but we worship the same God who created us all. My friend Doob just graduated to become the first Gabra pastor of an AIC church. Most of the time, it is very dry around Dukana. All the roads are made up of hot sand or bouncy rocks. The cars there need a lot of repair from the awful, terrible roads. Some years we get a month of rain. During these times we have trouble with crossing riverbeds that normally are dry. But everyone is happy for the rain because it brings lots of grass for the animals. In deal. When the rain is strong, even the planes that come with supplies have a little bit of trouble. Going to the villages on these terrible rocky roads works to rip apart our old Land Rover. We have an auto shop that started to keep the ministry cars going. We start off the day with a Bible study. And then we repair whatever comes in. It might be a bed that needs repair, or a car, or an axe that needs to be sharpened. Once we even got an Xbox controller that needed to be repaired. We get people of different religions in for repairs. This gives us a chance to form friendships and tell people about Jesus. Through God's grace and people's generosity, a radio station was established in Dukana. It broadcasts to a lot of northern Kenya. It's the only radio station there. The radio is able to reach the nomadic people, no matter where they go. The broadcast is in 4 different languages: English, Swahili, Gabra, and Samburu. A lot of people started to listen when they did a missing camel show. The people could call in and tell about their missing camels, and the people that had found the camels would call in, and that way the camels would be reconnected and make it back home. Through this and other programs, many people now are listening to this Christian radio station, no matter what religion they are. A long time ago, Zeke and Zeb asked Miss Angie if they could do a Bible study when we got to Kenya. They did a lemonade stand and raised money for Bibles. When they tried to start a Bible study, COVID hit. So God worked it out that they could do a Bible study on the radio for kids. And the Bibles are used for prizes for the kids who call in and get correct answers. So you might be wondering, what do kids do there? Well, on Saturdays, Miss Angie has a lot of kids over for chai and a snack and a Bible study. And then the guys will go out and play soccer on our dirt field, which we've cleared of most of the big rocks. The girls all ask for Miss Angie's nail polish. They want to all look pretty. Unfortunately, they've even made a mistake and painted our Land Rover. Whoops. During the week, most kids go to school. Their classroom may look a little bit different than yours. Some kids have to spend the whole day herding goats or camels. This is rough work when the temperature outside gets up to about 115. In town, there's an arcade that runs on solar, and you can pay for each 15 minutes of play. If you guys are willing, would you please pray for Dukana, for the ministry there and all the people? We'd really appreciate it. Thanks.